G'day mates, name's Sig Bam. I'm a 4'2", 400-year-old rot farmer sitting on this here porch with my trusty banjo. Been around for yonks, and crikey, do I got yarns to spin. Back in the day, we'd call this a ripper of a day. I remember when I first started farming, everything was simpler. We didn't have all these flash gadgets you got now. We worked like a blue-arsed fly and we played hard. And let me tell you, there's nothing like strumming a banjo after a hard yarker. But being a small, rotund bloke, life's had its challenges. One day, I'm sitting here, minding my own beeswax, plucking a tune, when a bloody strong gust of wind comes out of nowhere. Now, being so small and round, I don't usually move much. But this wind, it picked me up like a feather in a chook house. I was flying through the air, my banjo still in my hands, thinking, well, stone the crows, this is a fine pickle to be in. As I'm sailing over the paddocks, I see all the crops below. It's a sight to behold, let me tell you. But then I start thinking about how I'm gonna get down. I land in a haystack, safe and sound, banjo still plucking. Ain't that a lark now? If I weren't such a big, fat Sheila, maybe I wouldn't get blown away like a balloon at a kid's party. Then there was that time I got so small, folks thought I turned into a flaming rat. Yeah, you heard right. I was trying to reach some crops in the paddock and somehow I shrank right down to the size of a bush mouse. I even ended up being part of the rat investigation on my 4x4 veggie patch. I scurried around looking for a way back to normal, thinking, well, this is a right fine mess of damper and syrup. Can you imagine a 400-year-old rotund bloke like me scuttling around like a rat in a cheese factory? Life's a funny thing, ain't it? You never know when you'll be swept off your feet or turned into something unexpected. But as long as I got my banjo and my stories, I'm happier than a pig in mud. Love's the same way, folks. You never know when it's going to hit you, but when it does, it's like a gust of wind taking you places you never thought you'd go. There was another time I was knee-high to a grasshopper and I got caught in a bush. Stuck there looking like a porcupine in a balloon factory, I thought, well, ain't this a fine howdy-do? Took me hours to wiggle out of that one, but I did, and with a smile on my dial. Or that day when the sun was hotter than a shearer's armpit, and I was working so hard I was sweating like a sinner in church. Just then, a big old storm rolled in, and I ended up sloshing around like a pig at a country fair. By the end of it, I was dirtier than a dingo in a ditch. So you all take care now, you hear? And remember, no matter how small you feel or how strong the wind, keep playing your tune. Life's full of surprises, like finding a needle in a haystack or seeing a three-legged chook. But that's what makes it worth living.